All right, the Super Bowl packed in football, entertainment, and wild commercials. Many commentators say now more than ever, the halftime reflects the growing animosity in American politics and the entertainment world that often serves as a mouthpiece for it. President Donald Trump criticizing Bad Bunny's headliner performance, mostly sung in Spanish, featuring nods to his home, U.S. territory, Puerto Rico. The late Charlie Kirk's Turning Point USA also put on what they called an alternative all-American halftime show featuring Kid Rock. Let me now bring in Steve Krakauer for his take on what we saw last night. Steve, always good to have you. You know, first of all, I think we learned the ratings for Bad Bunny's performance sometime today. Turning Point USA had 6.1 million viewers at one point. What were your top line thoughts of what we saw and what we were offered last night as viewers?
That's where we're at. That's where we're at in culture in this second Trump era. Not necessarily totally surprising. I will say, you know, there's been a lot of commentary about Bad Bunny as the chosen halftime performer. That, yeah, as you mentioned, he entirely all of his songs are in Spanish. He did say at one point, "God bless America," but then continued on, which we can talk about. It's not necessarily a criticism of him and why the Turning Point this alternative halftime show because of that. It's because of his criticism of America, of ICE and of Donald Trump, and so that's sort of what started this ball rolling. Yes, he did say, "God bless America," good message, and love is stronger than hate. Understand, but then he starts going into, well, you know, what actually is America, and he goes into list Venezuela and Mexico and Canada. Canada's America now too, so it's sort of a different reframing of America. But as you mentioned, we saw the Turning Point halftime show as well. That one, a massive number for streaming. I mean, this is you know 6-7 million.
Yeah, for YouTube.
Yeah, so it's a huge number there, and we'll see what kind of dip we see with the Bad Bunny halftime show. Lots of rumblings that it's going to happen. Look, I think that for anyone who watched it, the normal halftime show, I think you saw a great performance. Just for the people that are not Spanish speakers could not understand what he was saying.
And by the numbers, Bad Bunny is a global superstar.
Yeah.
I mean, the most streamed artist on Spotify in 2025, more than 20 billion streams. Spanish is the second most common language here in the States, but spoken by roughly half of all bilingual Americans. On top of that, though, Steve, you know, we were thinking several halftime show performers in the past have been non-citizens. You've got Rihanna, Shakira, the Rolling Stones, Shania Twain, just to name a few. Why is he such a controversial pick? Is it just the moment that we're in right now?
Yeah, absolutely right. It doesn't necessarily, and Shakira, as you mentioned, saying in Spanish, the criticism is not necessarily Spanish. Although I will say, I think it's a little bit odd that 95%, I think everything pretty much besides God Bless America and Lady Gaga's performance was in Spanish, and you have the Super Bowl, which is not some international, I mean, it obviously is international, but it's about American football. I mean, we're the only country that calls football what you're seeing on the screen there and not what you're playing, what we call soccer. So it is an American sport, and to choose that's a choice. But no, I think it absolutely is his criticism of ICE, criticism of immigration policy, at one point saying he wouldn't do a performance in the United States. Those are sort of just, and again, he's not like some massive political figure here, but those are steps towards a politicization of his own music and his own sort of fan base, and that of course then introduces this new idea of, well, let's get an alternative out there of Kid Rock and doing what Kid Rock does, and you know where he comes from.
And we know he just made those political comments at the Grammys, too, right ahead of this. 20 seconds left, Steve. Did you have a dog in the fight, and any ads that won for you last night?
Yeah, none of the huge, big talker ads I feel like coming out of it. A lot of the traditional ones. I will say, a lot about AI, a lot about gambling, a lot lot about Ozempic and Ozempic competitors. That was kind of interesting. I thought the game was a little bit boring, but look, the Seahawks, Sam Darnold, great story. I will say that.
Yeah, awesome night. Steve Krakauer got to end it there. Thank you as always. We'll see you again soon.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.